All right, welcome everyone. We're so excited to be here with you today. We're gonna wait a few minutes for people to trickle in. So in the meantime, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching on Facebook, you can also use the comment box to let us know where you're in. Hi, Pat from Las Vegas. Mary from Southern California. Welcome. Amy from Illinois. Celia from, oh my gosh, so many people. Welcome, everybody. Celia from Pennsylvania. We have Shauna from Austin, Texas. Margaret from Ohio. Welcome. Linda from Vancouver. Welcome. Oh, I'm so excited to see all of these people, all of these wonderful travelers in our chat box. Hi, Jennifer from Alabama, Carolyn, Iowa, Alba from Texas, welcome. Jane from Barrie, Canada, Ontario, welcome. Charlotte from Arizona, welcome, Charlotte. Oh, Nancy from Massachusetts, hi. And hi, Helen from Toronto, welcome. Danielle from St. Louis, Missouri, welcome. The Ward family, oh, that's great. Thank you for joining us, family. Hello, Lauren from Vermont. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Cheryl and Joe from California. Welcome. Kitty from Nevada. Welcome, Kitty. Hello, Rebecca from Chicago. Welcome. Hello, Linda from Ontario. We're going to start in just a few minutes, just waiting a little bit more for more people to join our webinar. We're so excited for you to learn more about Costa Rica. Hello, Sue from Wisconsin and Stella from, I can't even pronounce. Hola, Jenny from New York, Rhonda from Oregon, welcome. Hi, Robin from Ohio and Ellen from Iowa. Thank you for joining us. All right, I think we can go ahead and start. Hola, bienvenidos, hello, and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Claudia. I'm on the team that brings you these wonderful Travel Talk webinars, and I'm coming to you live from my home in Puerto Rico. For today's Travel Talk, we are heading over to Costa Rica to learn more about its diverse landscapes and vast flora and fauna. We are joined today by expert tour director Rafa, live from the capital city of San Jose. He's here to share his stories and expertise with us all, and he'll introduce himself in just a moment. Oh, and we also have a special surprise guest, so make sure to stick through the end to find out who is joining us. Now, the plan today is to walk through some webinar tips so you can maximize your time with us. Then we'll go over what makes this country and traveling with Go Ahead so wonderful. And after, our beloved tour director will take it away and share his insights, as well as answer some of your questions. We did receive a lot of pre-submitted questions, and we will try to answer as many as we can during our Q&A section at the end. But if we don't get to yours, please know that you can call or email us at any time. If this is your first webinar, welcome. We are so excited to have you here. Unlike a normal video call, your cameras and microphones are completely turned off. You will only see and hear me, your host, and our tour director. We can't see nor hear you, but we do want to hear from you. Throughout this travel talk, please feel welcome to use the chat box to interact with each other and the Q&A box to post questions to your speaker. If you're joining us from Facebook, you can use the comment box there to ask questions during the Q&A. I know many of you might have questions about your specific trips, and I encourage you to give us a call or email us so we can answer those questions. For this time will be used for questions about travel to Costa Rica. All right, let's jump right in. Everybody, let's buckle our seatbelts. We are getting on an airplane and virtually traveling to Costa Rica. With jaw-dropping landscapes, friendly locals, and epic adventures to be had, it's no wonder tourists love traveling to Costa Rica. Many people visit Costa Rica for its unspoiled beaches, lush rainforests, and abundance of wildlife. It's so easy to fall in love with this country, isn't it? Its active volcanoes, hiking, and adrenaline-pumping activities you can experience make Costa Rica every adventurer's dream destination. Fall in love with a great country that has so much to offer. Whether you're spotting sloths in the rugged rainforest, sipping a refreshing frozen drink on the beach, or sending your pulse rate up with a spot of ziplining, Costa Rica has something for everyone. Now, literally meaning rich coast in Spanish, Costa Rica has a wealth of natural diversity and wildlife, making it one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. Abound with the most stunning array of wild and exotic flora and fauna, Costa Rica is home to around 5% of the world's biodiversity. Now, in honor of Earth Day, I wanted to quickly mention that our company's initiative for sustainability has officially launched. Say hello to Hello Zero. Hello Zero is our vision and commitment to voluntarily offset all of our global carbon emissions. The first step in this ambitious program is the EF Forest Initiative, a project to create and conserve forests around the world. Our goal with Hello Zero is twofold: to be carbon negative every year starting in 2021, and to eventually become historically carbon neutral, removing all of the carbon we have ever emitted directly or indirectly in association with our programs since our founding in 1965. Now, planning a trip can be very overwhelming. There are so many things that you need to take into consideration: where to go, how to get there, where to stay, where to eat, what to do. It can get stressful pretty quickly, but with Go Ahead, it doesn't have to be. One thing that sets us apart is our unique itinerary offerings. We have a great variation of tours, from our classic tours to special events tours to food and wine tours. We are sure you'll find a trip that will fit your unique travel style. For our hotels, our specialized teams handpick every single one, and they make sure they are safe, of top quality, and are located in a convenient area within the destination. And our meals are as authentic as they can get. So rest assured you will be munching on some delicious Costa Rican dishes that will surely take your breath away. Apart from your tour director, who is with you every step of the way, we also have expert local guides on the ground waiting to meet you and discover the destination with you. When you arrive on your included flight, we'll be there to pick you up, and we'll also be there to whisk you around the country or countries you're visiting. As for the tour experience, we have staff all over the world who curate itineraries and activities so you can experience a destination just like the locals do. And lastly, our tour directors. They truly are the heart of the tour. They manage the logistics, like picking up from the airport, showing you the major sites, and getting you acclimated. But they do so much more than that. They are a friendly face, a teacher, a friend. They're fun, charismatic, entertaining, and full of information. And if there's a small snack or major emergency, they work hard to problem solve. So you don't have to. In fact, you'll probably never even know a situation arose. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce your speaker for today, Rafa. Rafa, would you be so kind to introduce yourself to our friends watching?
Gracias, Claudia. Hola, amigos. Hola, amigos y amigas. Thank you so much for joining us today in this tour of Costa Rica. It's amazing tour of Costa Rica that we have for you. It is my honor, it's my pleasure to be here with you today. And we are going to be taking you through one of the most amazing sites that this country has to offer. I've been working as a tour director for Go Ahead for over 10 years already. It is more than a job, it's like a passion. When you're a tour director, there's a passion inside of you of showing, sharing your country with travelers. And it is my pleasure today, at least from this method, from this computer, from this virtual tour, to be able to share with you the beauty of Costa Rica. So thank you very much, everyone, for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Rafa. Now, before I hand it over to you, I want to ask our audience one question, and that is, where do you think Costa Rica is located? Is it in South America? Is it in Central America? Or is it in the Caribbean? Now, you should see a question pop up on your screen on Zoom, and you can choose your answer there. If you're watching our Facebook, you can leave your answer in the comment box. Right?
We're going to start our journey now. Costa Rica is actually one of the most amazing countries in Central America due to the geographical position that we have. Costa Rica has from cloud forest to rainforest, like Claudia said before, to mountains, volcanoes, beaches. Costa Rica is a great diverse country. And she said before, 5% of the biodiversity of the planet located in Costa Rica. Let me address that again. The country the size of West Virginia has 5% of the biodiversity of the planet. That's pretty amazing. It's actually hard to believe in many cases when such a small country like Costa Rica has so much diversity. Being located in Central America, this geographical position, we have a great combination of the flora and fauna that came from the northern part of the Americas to the southern part of the Americas. So definitely Costa Rica, it is one of the most diverse countries in the world when it comes to species richness, is the way the experts call it. Now, Costa Rica, located in Central America, we also have the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, and that also gives us a great deal of marine wildlife. Besides of the species of flora and fauna that you will find on land, Costa Rica is also quite famous when it comes to snorkeling and diving. And generally speaking, is for nature lovers. Costa Rica is just a paradise. And we actually start our journey in the northeastern part. You can see in the map right now, which is called Tortuguero. Tortuguero, the word tortuga means turtle, tortuga. So it is called the land of turtles because actually Tortuguero is the most important nesting site in the entire Western Hemisphere for the green sea turtle. We also give you part of the culture. We visit a very colorful Tortuguero village, a Caribbean village, very relaxed place where there's no cars, no vehicles. So when you're walking on the village of Tortuguero, it's just amazing, just the ambience, the tropical ambience of not having any traffic jams, and people are so Caribbean, so relaxed, surrounded all by nature. It is definitely a very unique village to visit, surrounded by the Caribbean water and the fresh ocean from the sea. Now, the lodges that we choose in this particular site that you see in this picture, this lodge is actually located right in the heart of the jungle. Friends, monkeys may come on the roof. Yes, monkeys like howler monkeys can be the alarm clock for you in some cases. Iguanas, you may come out of the room and you can just have an iguana right next to the room. So you always have to have your cameras ready. When you are in a place like Costa Rica, Tortuguero, the tropics have so much to offer. There's always something to see. It could be a lizard, a butterfly, but there's always something to see. In Tortuguero, this particular first site that we visit outside San Jose, it's like the Amazon Costa Rica. When you look at it, just look at this fantastic picture. There's no roads, like I said before, and we explore the national park by boat. We have a boat driver, and actually he'll take us through these little canals, these natural waterways. A boat driver who has the eagle eye, this local guide who uses boat drivers can actually spot anything there's there to see, from toucans to manatees, monkeys. It's just one of the most diverse areas in Costa Rica. Tortuguero is actually one of the favorite sites of people and travelers. And when you come July through September, we actually have marine turtles nesting. Like I said before, we get from leatherback turtles, which is this one right here, from loggerhead to hawksbill and green sea turtles. So it's definitely one of the most important nesting sites. And there's a biological station that we take you to, and you get to learn a lot, a great deal of knowledge you gain in the area of Tortuguero from this biological station. And the green sea turtle, like I said, this is a sanctuary for this particular species of a green sea turtle.
Rafa, I actually want to quiz our audience again, and I want to ask them, why do you think this turtle is called the green sea turtle? Is it A, because it has green spots, B, it has green fat found beneath its shell, or C, it looks green underwater? Now let's wait for our audience to answer that question, Rafa, and then you can let them know if they are correct.
Absolutely.
Give it
It's
a
actually
few seconds.
right. Absolutely. It's actually a common question that we have, and it's actually a really interesting question because when you look at the shell of the turtle, it doesn't actually look that green. So most of our travelers will wonder, why is it called green sea turtle? So we're gonna give an opportunity to our audience today to tell us the correct answer. Or why is it called a green sea turtle? Yes, Tortuga Verde. So do we have any answers?
Let's see. What did our audience say? They said, Rafa, that it's because it looks green underwater. Is that correct?
Well, it may look green. It's true. Sometimes the refraction of the colors of the ocean gives it a little greenish color on the shell. But actually, it's actually green because inside of his body it has a portion of fat that is fluorescent green, like iridescent, like metallic green. And well, by the way, that's what they used to make turtle soup in the past. But anyway, today they're protected, and that doesn't happen anymore. But that's actually when it gained the name of green sea turtle. It's a good picture right here. You can actually see that it's not really that green. I mean, when you look at it, it's actually like grayish. It's full of tan right now, but definitely the name of green turtle came from the fat that it has inside. That's how it gained the name of green sea turtle, Claudia.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
And anyway, besides of the season of turtles, Tortuguero has a lot to offer. So we first start in this northeast region of the country. In July through September, we have these gigantic 350-pound turtles. However, the rest of the year, there's so much to see in the national park. That's just a turtle season that we have right there throughout those months. Actually, June through October, pretty much, you can actually still see turtles, but the main season will be July through September, August being the peak month of the season. So that's actually the most important part of the year for turtles. But any other time in Tortuguero, definitely there's a lot to see. And our travelers, actually, it's one of the favorite sites of our travelers, since there's no cars, like I said before, and you explore by boat, and it's a very peaceful place, and the rainforest is just amazing. The rainforest has always something to offer, by the way. And Tortuguero National Park is one of those particular sites. And we start, by the way, after San Jose, the first, let's say, outside of the capital place that we see is actually Tortuguero on the northeast. And we actually drive by boat to get there, by bus and then boat. From Tortuguero, we move on. We're going to move on from Tortuguero to the Arenal area. On the way, there is a pineapple plantation, and we actually do a pineapple presentation. I'm not going to call it a tour because it's a very interesting learning activity. I'm not sure the word tour goes in there, but it's actually a great learning activity done by an expert called Maikol. But I'm going to save the information of the pineapple for Maikol, because somebody else is going to tell us about pineapple. But just to let you know, Costa Rica is actually one of the main exporters of pineapple of the world, and we have the most delicious pineapples in the world, by the way. Another site that we visit, and by the way, speaking of diversity, the Monteverde cloud forest. We already spoke about Tortuguero on the lowlands, and Tortuguero is actually a rainforest. Monteverde is a mountain cloud forest located on the mountains, on the continental divide. Located on the continental divide, it gets a great deal of different weather patterns that makes it a very unique place. And we do one of the most, let's say, one of the favorite activities for travelers is the skywalk, the hanging bridges. We actually explore the treetops by hanging bridges. Normally, when you say hanging bridges, I don't know, sometimes like Indiana Jones kind of hanging bridges come to your mind. Not quite. I mean, look at these bridges. They're well built, and actually the edges will come pretty much close to your shoulder, and they're very safe. And it's just an amazing walk to see the treetops. Every time that I go there, and I go there often, how to describe it? It's like a 3D movie. you're right there and you see the shapes right next to you, the different greens, the different forms of green. Sometimes the clouds comes in and it's very mystic, as you see in this picture, and then they go away. So you get the bright sunny day of the cloud forest. It's just one of those unforgettable experience on the treetops. Monteverde cloud forest is actually one of the most studied um, sites of the world. And the Blue Mountains of Jamaica and the Monteverde cloud forest is where they've done pretty much like 80% of all the studies of the cloud forest. So it's in scientific terms and biological terms, it's one of the most important regions in the world. Indeed.
And Rafa, speaking of these hanging bridges, we actually have a question from the audience. And Catherine wants to know, are the tours to Costa Rica good for all ages and mobility levels?
Absolutely, yes. Because as I mentioned before, and you can see this particular picture right here, we choose carefully our activities. Costa Rica, it's a very mountainous country. So having so many mountains, we can actually, yes, we will actually have many choices, and we choose carefully our sites. And as you can see, those bridges, they don't actually wiggle, they don't actually shake like you may think of bridges. So definitely, those are hikes that are for everyone, pretty much. In some of the sites that we visit, we carefully have chosen areas where where travelers can actually walk first on flat and then uphill in the inclines. They can actually choose to either do the entire hike, be very adventurous, do the entire hike, or return back to the viewpoint. And that gives the opportunity to every profile of travelers to be able to see and enjoy the sights. Yes, Claudia, we do actually choose carefully our hikes, and basically it gives everyone the opportunity to be able to be in contact with nature very closely, by the way.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely. uh, Speaking of Monteverde, Claudia, Monteverde is, as I mentioned before, located on the mountain, on the top of the mountains, but we also have the variety between Tortuguero and Monteverde, which is Arenal. We actually have Arenal in the middle. And it gives just an amazing diversity of sites, because you have the rainforest of Tortuguero, the mountaintops of Arenal, and Arenal. And one of the most pleasant, I can actually use the word pleasant because it's very pleasant, is the lake crossing. We also see the volcano Arenal, which is an active volcano. It doesn't have any activity right now, but it doesn't mean it's an active volcano. Once in a while, you can actually see steam coming from the top of the mountain. It doesn't have any eruptions right now, but it doesn't mean it's not an active volcano. Underground, definitely there's a magma chamber and there's activity underground. And we do our lake crossing activity. You can see right here. This is about a 45 minutes to an hour lake crossing, and we get to see not only the beautiful Lake of Arenal that has like hardly any waves you can see, it's like a gigantic swimming pool. It's just lovely. It's just a lovely ride. And we actually go at the edge of the forest and we get to see herons and egrets and freshwater turtles and just the vegetation, just how the vegetation actually grows in Costa Rica. Such a dense, like Claudia said before, the rugged vegetation of the rainforest. Costa Rica has over 10,000 species of plants, friends. So anywhere you are in the tropics, from your lodge to just driving around by boat, by lake, the diversity is just amazing. Costa Rica is one of the most diverse areas for biomass in the planet. And like I said before, underground, the volcano is active. Yes, indeed. I mean, it has a magma chamber. Magma chamber meaning, remember, magma is molten rock. Underground is called magma. Outside is called lava. But anyway, the magma chamber actually is so hot that it heats up the water. So we have thermal pools. That is actually very popular for the hot springs. And the hot springs that we choose, the one that we actually visit, is actually a place that you don't want to live. It's actually one of the most difficult times to get our travelers out of there. They just want to. We give them approximately like 2 hours in the hot springs, but they just want to stay there forever because it's such. We do a hike that day, and then we finish with the pools. It's just a perfect combination. And according to Costa Rican people, the water from the hot springs has healing properties. So it's actually quite popular, even for Costa Rican travelers as well. And we visit the town of La Fortuna. We give you the opportunity to sit down. Why? Because of the culture. Yes, hotels are nice. Yes, tours are nice. Okay, but the culture is also important for us. We will stop in a town like this one and give you 1 hour, so you can actually explore around. And just we will tell you where the pharmacy is, the supermarket is located. So the idea of visiting towns is you actually see the local culture, see how people walk, see how people interact with each other, see how people pay with money, and that's actually very unique because you get to learn a lot from the Costa Rican culture by just watching other locals and interact, mixing with them. We also visit a farm. Yes, there's an opportunity to go to a farm and there's a cooking class. That's very unique too. We get to process sugar cane right now. That's what this fellow is doing right now in the picture. He's actually getting ready a sugar cane that we actually process. Our travelers process the sugar cane juice by hand. And in the farm, it's actually one of the very, very popular activities. They offer us a contrabando, a little taste of contrabando. Every farm, it's a reality of Costa Rica, my friends. Every farm has a little bit of what I believe you call it moonshine. Moonshine, the logo is made from rum. It is very unique. It is very interesting flavor, made locally, already fermented locally in the farm. So that is a very authentic activity when we visit the farm. It's an organic farm. You can see the little sign on the left. We speak organic. They do. Actually, they do because it's a certified farm, zero chemicals, and we actually have a delicious meal right there. And in the visit of the farm, we actually have a farmer, an expert with us. He's actually right behind the banana plant right now. You can actually not see him, but he's over there with us. He doesn't speak English, so we translate all the knowledge that they have. And they have from like over 50 different crops right there, including a pharmacy. Farmers don't go to the pharmacy. They have their own pharmacy grown right there. They have medicinal plants. So they share with us a great deal of knowledge when it comes to the medicinal plants that they have right there. And you can just look at the face of our travelers right there. It's just so interesting because there's so many things they are growing right now and so many things that have healing properties. There's just amazing all the knowledge that farmers have. So not only books, not only scientists have knowledge, farmers have a great deal of knowledge too, and we get to talk to them directly. So that's pretty amazing. Yes. So we have a view of the Lake Arenal right here, one of our hikes. This is
Rafa,
actually, tell me.
speaking of hikes in Lake Arenal, we have another question from the audience. And Julie wants to know, how much hiking is there actually, and can she wear tennis shoes?
Okay, that's actually a very good question, Claudia. Every day, pretty much, we include at least 2 hours of hike. But listen to this: 2 hours of hike. It doesn't mean we hike in 2 hours. No, we're in the tropics. It's not a race. This is not a hiking race or anything related to that. It's more like observation. Okay, we hike into the forest, yes, but there's so much to see in the tropics that we're definitely just stopping, taking pictures. When you see a sloth, how long is it going to take you to see a sloth? I mean, it's just so beautiful to see a sloth. You don't want to leave. You want to take so many pictures and watch how it behaves. Definitely, when you're hiking, you definitely have all these species around you. So it's a nature hike. It's not like really 2 hours of strenuous hiking. And tennis shoes are fine. You can see one of our travelers on the left hand side. She has sneakers. She has tennis shoes. And like I said before, we choose carefully our hikes. By the way, briefly to mention, the little lake you see in the front over here is an impact crater from 1968. Yeah, some of the rocks that you see there came flying out of the volcano, and when they hit the ground, they make a hole in the ground called an impact crater. It's like when you throw, let's say, a grenade on the ground and it makes a depression. Yes, the power of nature is unbelievable. And our volcano made some very impressive eruptions. So that particular hike that we do is not only nature, but geologically speaking, in geological terms, it's really amazing. That is a very interesting hike when you see and you talk about a pyroclastic activity of volcano. As I said before, the volcano, it doesn't have the lava. If you check some of the pictures of previously Arenal eruptions, yes, you can see lava rivers coming down. At the moment, it's not really happening. But look at this. Wouldn't you like to see this when you wake up in the morning outside your room? It's just amazing. I mean, just that volcano is almost like a perfect conical shaped volcano. And just by looking at it, just the pictures of just sitting in a rocking chair, and our hotels have rocking chairs right in front of the volcano. It's just something to see because you don't see this every day outside your room. So it is considered one of the active volcanoes of Central America still. Moving on from the Arenal volcano, very cultural activity we do, very authentic. We visit Doña Roxana. Yes, Doña Roxana. It's a lady. She's going to be a host in a place called Rancho Heliconia, and she's going to prepare for us. Actually, she's going to prepare for us an authentic Costa Rican meal grown in the farm. Just look at this. And the famous, world famous plantains of Doña Roxana. They're spectacular. Once you taste these plantains, it's an unforgettable experience. She's a very good cook. And she's also a very active lady in the community, and she's gonna share with us how to cook also. give us a little small recipe, of course, so we can interact with some Costa Rican authentic meal. And trust me, it's very tasty. So our travelers actually enjoy this activity a lot. Also, you get to walk, as you can see, you get to walk in the living room in the house. So you get to see how people live. That's a very authentic activity. And she has prepared for us folklore dances of Costa Rica. So this group of kids is very unique, but this group of children in the rural areas of Costa Rica are very shy. And she put up together this activity for us. She's a community leader. This lady is a community leader, and she put this activity for us together. And the parents got organized. They got very excited. They put on these beautiful dresses. Look at this. And now the kids have changed. After Go Ahead, they started to visit this remote area because it's truly, really in the middle of nowhere. Between Arenal and Monteverde, we stop in a little place called Cabeceras. And now these kids are not as shy anymore. They have changed their behavior a little bit. They're not afraid to talk to people in public or perform with people in public. And my friends, somehow, if you think about it, it's called changing people's life. Because in the middle of the rural areas, you're so shy, and especially in Costa Rica, that you typically remain in an area like this. You don't have much of exposition to people or to especially travelers like us. And a lot of them are actually speaking English now, friends. After Go Ahead, a lot of them know a great deal of English. So in my opinion, it's called changing people's life. But they're very excited of traveling. The travelers are very excited. It's like a win-win situation, indeed. And we have the tree planting activity. That's one of my personal favorite activities when we plant trees.
Oh, Rafa, what is happening in this video? What is she doing?
Okay, this is what happens. A group of biologists in the Three Wattle Bellbird Foundation, it's called the Three Wattle Bellbird Foundation, which is a bird that is in Monteverde area, together with Go Ahead in the community, decided to help Go Ahead. And this is something that I like to really acknowledge from Go Ahead. We're planting trees, and we have planted, my friends, over 2,800 trees in the area since we started it. And what I love about this part, and my favorite, this is a personal commentary, okay? It has nothing to do with webinar, a personal commentary. What I love about it is that Go Ahead doesn't make a big deal about it, publicity. They plant. They just want to plant trees. And my friends, I have come back to the area and we have seen spider monkeys eating berries of trees that previous travelers of Go Ahead have planted. The day I saw that, I was so proud. I felt so proud of participating in something like this. And these trees are carefully chosen. The tree the lady has, this traveler has in her hand, are carefully chosen. Trees that don't have any commercial value, because in the past they cut them down their value, but trees that have a great ecological value. They either provide shade or provide fruit for monkeys, or avoid erosion on the ground, or are rich in nectar for butterflies and hummingbirds. So these trees are carefully selected. It's a combination of knowledge between the local people. We have the biology, so the Three Wattle Bellbird Foundation, you can check it out, Three Wattle Bellbird Foundation, and Go Ahead travelers. Because when you participate in this tour, you buy this tree and you plant it yourself in Costa Rica, hands-on. So it feels very good. It does feel very good. Especially I remember that particular day when I saw spider monkeys eating some of the fruits that our travelers planted. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. It's making a difference. I mean, it's making a difference. If every tour company will plant a tree in Costa Rica, wow, be huge, and Go Ahead does it. So you're gonna be able to plant a tree yourself. And my friends, excuse me, but just a picture of you planting a tree in Costa Rica, that's big. That's big. I mean, that you're really doing something for the environment, indeed. So, in my personal opinion, this is an activity that really deserves to be mentioned, my friends. We planted trees, over 2,800 trees already being planted in the lowlands of the Monteverde region. So definitely, it is. You let me put it this way: you officially become an eco traveler. You plant a tree in Costa Rica. Yes, you officially have the title of an eco traveler when you plant a tree in Costa Rica. On the way up to the Monteverde cloud forest, we're gonna see some windmills, the electricity in Costa Rica, and that's something that I'm also very proud to say. All the sources of electricity in Costa Rica are renewable sources: windmills, geothermic, and mostly hydroelectric. So we have the trade winds. The trade winds they come from northeast and they go all over the mountain range, and then in some cases, in many areas of Costa Rica, they come down rapidly down the hill. So that's exactly where they put these windmills. In the north region of Costa Rica, some of these mills are generating up to 5% of the electricity of the area. So definitely the windmills, hydroelectric, and geothermic volcanoes also are generating electricity for our country. All renewable sources. 97% of the people of Costa Rica have electricity. That's an official number, by the way. That means pretty much everybody has access to electricity to Costa Rica. For a very small country in Central America, that's something to mention. And you can see right here the Miravalles volcano. It's a fantastic picture, by the way. It's the Tirarán mountain range. You have the Arenal volcano in the back, and the one in the front is the Miravalles. And it's one of those volcanoes that are used in these geothermic projects in Costa Rica. We have a series of mountain ranges in Costa Rica, and just the landscape, just by driving up the mountains, even in some of our long drives, when we go from, let's say, Arenal to Monteverde cloud forest, that's the view you're gonna get. So I mean, there's no falling asleep in the bus. Even when it's a very low drive, Costa Rica has so many sites. In the properties, the hotels that we use, you are not going to have a favorite hotel. I'm going to tell you this right now. When you come to Costa Rica, that's not possible. It's not going to happen. Why? Because every hotel has something different to offer. Tortuguero has jungle right there, right built in the middle of the jungle. In Arenal, you're going to have the volcano right in front of you. In Monteverde, you're going to be in the middle of the cloud forest with the fantastic views like this one of the Gulf of Nicoya. I mean, every property has something different to offer. So even the hotels, this has been a process of many years, of course, and the hotels have been carefully chosen. And how are you going to have any favorite property or favorite hotels? And for those of you nature lovers, bring your camera. Absolutely. I do have to warn you, you're gonna have a lot of work when you go back home, because you're gonna have thousands of pictures, thousands of my friends. The hotels are like a big landscape, and you're gonna have so many flowers. And hotels, especially plant flowers that attract hummingbirds, attract bees, attract butterflies. So basically, for those of you flower lovers, or just landscape, or nature photography, yes, you're gonna have a lot of work when you go back home, because there's going to be a lot of choosing and deleting, and choosing your great pictures. And my friends, some of our travelers have actually taken spectacular pictures that they actually frame and they put them in the living room. Yes, if you're lucky enough. Here, when you are in a go-ahead trip, when you are in one of our properties, or anytime that you are with us, you have to be like in the army, ready to shoot the pictures. You have to have your camera ready, always ready to shoot. Anytime a toucan can land right in front of you, the toucan's gonna give you 10 seconds before it goes away. A blue morpho butterfly can actually land right in front of you as you're walking from your room to the restaurant for breakfast. So you have to have your camera ready. That's just an amazing part of the tropics. Having some species like this hummingbird, for example, it's just amazing to see one of these. You don't have to be necessarily a bird watcher to like some of these birds. You don't have to be a bird watcher. Look at this. How can you not like a creation like this one, like macaws, like toucans, and specifically one bird that a lot of people love is the resplendent quetzal. Yes, the quetzal, my friends, is just read about it. Resplendent quetzal. It is a sacred bird of the Mayans and the Aztecs. And native Central American people use a great deal of anthropomorphic symbols related to nature. And my friends, you're going to be able to see a lot about the quetzal. It was actually the sacred bird. And we have the possibility, sacred bird of the Mayas and Aztecs, to see the Monteverde cloud forest. And the feathers, in many cases, are much longer than the body. This is the male. It's got the red chest, and altogether can be up to 36 inches. Very, very long. Of course, most of it is long feathers, as you can see right here. So it becomes one of the highlights when we see the quetzal. Definitely the ones that everybody wants to see are the monkeys, right? They're so much fun. The white-faced monkeys, yes. We call the white-faced monkeys the mafia of the rainforest. They're always doing something. They're always, cracking up a fruit or opening flowers. And this one, the howler monkey, Howler, howler. Howlers make more like a roaring sound. And my friends, this is gonna be your alarm clock. They don't really do it at 5 o'clock. They do 5:30. One of the loudest calls in nature. This monkey is 13, 15 pounds, and you can hear it a mile away. And imagine if this monkey is up in your room at 5:30 a.m. It's one of the greatest souvenirs you can take back home, to be awakened by a howler monkey. It's just an amazing experience, because that sounds like something much bigger than it is. And this happens to be one of my favorites. It's right there, the red-eyed tree frog, the combination of colors. In the nighttime, we go sometimes looking for frogs. Yes, we don't actually go into the woods, into the rainforest. No, we actually, just by walking the sidewalk from the restaurant back to your rooms, you use your flashlight, and you're gonna spot creatures like this. Imagine. Costa Rica is just one of those places where there's so much. The experts call this species richness. The very famous red-eye tree frog, possibly one of the most photographed frogs of the world, and they're in Tortuguero. If you're lucky, okay, if you're very, very lucky, you get to see the king of the jungle, the jaguar, okay? Do we get to see him? We have. We have. I've seen it 3 times. By the way, go ahead, Tortuguero. So once in a while, they do come out, especially in the turtle season, because they actually eat turtles. They do eat marine turtles. Somehow they know it's a turtle season, so they cross the river. They're excellent swimmers, and they go to the beach. And besides, there's so much food over there at the beach. Like the predators, they eat the eggs, like raccoons and all that. So it's like a feast, like a big buffet when they go to the beach and yeah. But a little shy to humans, but we get to see them sometimes. So hopefully, my friends, will you come to Costa Rica? We'll be able to show you all these amazing species and nature lovers. You need to come ready with a nice camera, with a good zoom camera, so you can get some of these colorful pictures like this one. The Heliconia, for instance, the plant you see right here is actually like a symbol of the rainforest. The Heliconia plant is actually when you see the cactus in the desert, you're gonna be able to see heliconias everywhere. So some of you travelers that will come, you have to come ready, absolutely ready, to be able to spot a lot of species. And the experts, when they come to Costa Rica, in a matter of minutes, because of all the species that we have, they have a big list of wildlife. And I think that's what makes our tour very successful. Because besides of being a very peaceful country, Costa Rica is one of the oldest democracies in Latin America. We have a great deal of species and diversity in national parks, protected areas, combined with the cultural activities that we do. Like, for instance, the cooking class, the visit to the Rancho Heliconia, the volcanoes, the pineapple presentation that we do, the pineapple visit that we do. It's just a tour that gives you a great variety, a little bit
That
of everything.
sounds amazing, Rafa. Thank you so, so much. Costa Rica looks like a dream, and I can't wait to visit. Now, do you guys remember that I had a surprise for you? Well, you might remember our special guest from our online escape, or as our cover star from our fall catalog last year. And I'm so happy that he's joining us today to teach you how to make a delicious piña colada, which, by the way, was invented here in Puerto Rico in 1954. Hola, Maikol. Can you hear us? ¿Cómo estás?
Hola, Claudia. I can hear you perfect. Welcome. Hi from Costa Rica. We are in a little town with the name Rancho Chilamate, Heredia, Costa Rica. We're going to teach you how to make a tasty, delicious piña colada. It's a real honor for me to be part of this presentation of Go Ahead Tour. And of course, I'm going to teach you how to peel a pineapple in a very practical way, how I do in the plantation in a professional way. That's why I brought my friend Justin. Take a look. This is just in case people don't pay attention. I use them. Not kidding. I don't use the machete, of course. I'm gonna teach you everything: the piña colada, how to peel the pineapple from a popular way, very professional. I mean, very practical way, professional. And I'm gonna teach you how to pick a good pineapple in the supermarket. Here in this place, we grow like 50,000, or we pick like 50,000 every week. One plant grow one fruit, no more. From 50,000 pineapple that we pick every week, we reject like 30%. They are too big or too small, or they grow with the crown crooked look. They don't look pretty. And then we reject and we ship to Canada or United States. No, I'm kidding. All of the reject pineapple, they go for pineapple processed, jelly, marmalade, dehydrated, or pineapple juice. When we reject a pineapple, we sell them without the crown, and we get the crown here. Perfectly, you can do in your house. You can get the crown, make a hole. You can use in a pot, sandy soil, and you grow your own pineapple. How long they take? Around 7-8 years. No, I'm kidding. This is one of the problems that pineapples have. They don't have natural season. Our organic, because it's a honor that mentioned you guys, we are organic, no agrochemicals, 100% natural fertilizers. One organic pineapple take like 4 more months to grow, 30% sweeter, and 100% less acidic. One plant, one fruit. One plant, one fruit. But let me show you here, each mother plant have the characteristic, the characteristic to grow babies around. We have here the mother, one baby in this part, and one other at the other side. 1, 2, and 3. 3 babies per plant. Any of them have the capacity to grow a new fruit. Of course, one of them is better than the other, but in the last of the cases, you can grow a fruit from any of them. We pick the fruit by hand from the ground. When we are in the picking part, we go to the same field like 4, 5 times, in 3 weeks interval. Organically, as I mentioned, they take 4 more months to grow, and then we provide the fruit right in the plant, perfect, completely perfect. We hold from the ground and take a look. Oh, 1 second, hard. That takes long time in the gym. Look, guys, here. No, I'm kidding. The thing is that we pick one fruit, and after that, after we pick all the fruits in the same field, we chop off the leaves in the mother plant that is bigger. I chopped this one to show you here, and then we take one of the 2 babies to replant in a new field. Baby. No, that's a baby. It's okay, don't cry. We take this one to replant in a new field, and the other baby that is here, we normally keep in the mother plant, using the roots of the mother plant, and grow a second pineapple. This second grow new babies, and technically we can do a 3rd crop, 3 or 4, but organic, no more than 2 pineapple because the quality come really, really low. Muy bien. ¿Qué tiempo lleva, Naisa?
Lleva como 10.
Pineapple original from Brazil. When we mechanize the field, we mechanize the field in a perfect condition. Fungus, bacteria, drainage ditches, pH, plastic, planting by hand. 9 months later, they are bigger, no pineapple. Our certification company, they allow that we use the ethylene gas, that is a natural gas that all fruit produce, and we make possible that all of the plantation, they blooming together. Look, this look like a microphone. Can you hear me better? Hello, everybody. Pura vida, Costa Rica. I'm kidding, Michael, come on, behave. The blooming will be from bottom up, from the low to the top. That's why people in your house, when you peel a pineapple, very quick, take the lower for you and the upper for your friend. No, I'm kidding, okay? Here we have, and I'm gonna teach you how I peel a fruit in the field professional. Look here, I chop the crown because that's a many leaf and that can hurt myself. And take a look, that's a very professional way. Don't try at home, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That take me like 20 minutes. No, I'm kidding, 20 seconds maximum. Chop, come here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a look, guys. Fresh, organic from Costa Rica for you guys. This is part of my work, quality control. Wow. This is the way. Okay? This is the way as I do professional. Now, in a very practical way, in your house, you cut the crown. Take a look. Cut the pineapple in 2 parts, like this. 2 parts. You make the same thing with the other. Then we have now 4 pieces. 4 pieces. You get the pineapple here. You cut we have the core, the skin, the meat, and the skin. Core, meat, and the skin. We're gonna cut the core and the meat, but not the skin. Look, right here. And come at the other side. Cut just close to the skin. Make some slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and you take each one of the pieces to each side, and they will look in a nice presentation. Take a look. Very nice. Now, this is very nice. Now, sí, yes. Bueno, sí, perfecto. Sí, así. How to pick a good pineapple in the supermarket. Un minuto nada más. How to pick a good pineapple in the supermarket. Guys, take a look. Take a look. Many of the people from Canada, from United States, they tell me, Maikol, I pull a leaf from the top. Never do that. They are bromeliads. And even when they are not ripe, you can pull as many you leave. How many you want? Take a 1, 2, 3. Never do that. People tell me, Maikol, it smells. No. People say, feel it. Or people say, Maikol, I push at the bottom, and if they are a little soft. No, never do that. Many people from Canada, from United States, they get in the supermarket, take the car, take the nice pineapple, they feel it, they put a leaf from the top, they smell it, and they put it really hard in the same place. Then people make it like this, of course, the pineapple will be soft. Never do that. All the time, take a machete with you. No, never do that. We call each one of these pineapple eyes. Bigger the eyes, better. Symmetrical shape, green healthy top, and a little golden bottom. Pineapple, they don't ripen after we pick, but they ferment, and that made that they change the color and the aroma. Now, we have Señorita Geraldine that right now we're gonna teach you the best on how to make a piña colada. Woohoo! And I invite you guys, once you come to Costa Rica, you're gonna enjoy all these wildlife, monkeys, everything. Geraldine is my partner, and now we're gonna teach you how to make the piña colada. We have the ingredients, that is pineapple juice. 1 cup of pineapple juice. One of the tips that we have here is this, guys. This is frozen pineapple. The day before you make the piña colada, you peel, as I teach you here, you put it in the frozen, and the next day there will be the work like the ice, okay? That will make the frozen piña colada. Frozen pineapple. We have coconut cream. Coconut cream. Evaporate milk, 1 shot of each one of them. Coconut cream, evaporate milk, and condensate. Very nice. One very important thing to know. We have here blender. We have 30 seconds in the blender. Geraldine, then remember, coconut cream, evaporate milk, and condensate milk, pineapple juice, and the frozen piece of the pineapple. This is something, guys, that is our natural rum liquor made from sugar cane. It's called cacique. Once you come here, you really need to take this water. We call water. And then that is optional. Geraldine, she doesn't drink, and then I take a shot, okay? One more for me. Uno, dos, okay, for me. Geraldine, recíbanos ahí. Muy bien. And this is the way and the decorative how to make a piña colada. Thank you very much from Organic Paradise Tour. And we are very happy to receive you guys here and give you the best pineapple show in the whole entire life. Pura vida.
Wow, thank you so much, Maikol. That piña colada looks really, really refreshing. Salud. Now,
Salud.
I'm pretty sure our friends watching have tons of questions about travel to Costa Rica. So, Rafa, why don't we go ahead and jump right into the Q&A?
Absolutely. Yes, Claudia, I'm ready. Let's
All
see how
right.
many questions we have.
Yes. The first question is from Sharon, and Sharon wants to know, what is the best time of year to explore Costa Rica?
Okay, so we do have a rainy season and a dry season. There's only two seasons in Costa Rica. We don't actually have four seasons like in North America we do. So it's starting, let's say May through October, it's the rainy season. However, it doesn't rain all day. It doesn't. You're gonna have showers. So even in the rainy season, which we call today the green season, it's just to have the opportunity to do the hikes, the sites, because it rains as showers, unless you get a tropical event, like tropical events such as a low pressure system or something unique like that. It will rain all day, but that's relatively unusual. It's actually in the rainy season, for instance, it's interesting because in August it's a rainy season where we have the marine turtles. So for some people that want to see the gigantic 350-pound turtles, the rainy season will be the best time to come. In the rainy season, the temperature doesn't vary. The temperature will always be the same. So,
Perfect. Thank you. All right. We have a question from Wendy, and Wendy wants to know, what is the currency in Costa Rica, and would you suggest we get it in the US or when they get there?
Okay, excellent. The question of the currency, we use colones, which is named after Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon. And through all the sites and the places that we visit, they take North American dollars. I mean, like especially dollars from United States, they do. And so there's not really a need. However, I always encourage our travelers, you know why? Because it's our money. Our money is colones. We don't actually use dollars. So I always encourage people to exchange locally here. You don't have to do it previously. Come in either in the hotel or so, $50 a couple, let's say, something like that, $50. And that way you can actually see our money is beautiful. Check our money in internet, my friends. Check some of the pictures. It has monkeys, sloths, and some of those collection bills are just so beautiful. Our money is very colorful. So I definitely suggest to do some, but it's truly not necessary, but because they take US dollars throughout the trip.
All right. Thank you, Rafa. Now, Craig wants to know, how bad are the mosquitoes and what month or season is it most active?
Mosquitoes are pretty bad typically at night in some areas. In the rainy season, when especially when the water accumulates, when it floods the rainforest. That's why we always suggest in the nighttime when you go for a dinner to use long pants and trousers and put on some insect repellent. But that's especially in times when the water accumulates on the forest ground in the places. If it rains normally, we don't actually have that many mosquitoes. Monteverde cloud forest, located up in the mountaintop, it doesn't actually have hardly any mosquitoes because mosquitoes don't like the wind, don't like the coolness. It's specifically only in the first area of Tortuguero, only when the water accumulates. Yeah.
Perfect. Now we have another question, and Sybil wants to know, where is the best place to see the rainforest and what time of the year is best?
Okay, that's a very unique question. You know why? Rainforest. It rains in the rainforest. And being in the rainforest in the rain, for those of our travelers that have experienced tropical showers, it's a very unique experience. I mean, it's something very unique. So it is common that it rains in the rainforest. In our sites, in our included features, Tortuguero is the most impressive. We're speaking of like 36,000 hectares of lush, dense rainforest. So when you are driving by boat in one of our tours, it is very, very dense. And if it rains, it's part of it. It's actually quite enjoyable, believe it or not. And you don't want to have rain all day, right? Already it's not really enjoyable. But like I said, that's only when we have low pressure systems or cold fronts. And we had it before. Unfortunately, sometimes, but Costa Rica is such a small country. These events come from the Caribbean. They go over the country in 2 or 3 days. This is 20,000 square miles. So rarely it will rain the entire tour. No, it will rain for a couple of days. And some of our travelers that been to Costa Rica, they know that's true.
Perfect. Thank you. Now, Quincy wants to know, what time of the year can you see baby turtles?
Great question. The hatchlings will come actually 2 months later. The incubation is 2 months later. So, if you start in June, they actually start coming in June. July through September is the main season. Like I said before in the presentation, August is the peak month. So that means it's still November, in many cases November, and still December in many cases, you still have hatchlings. And you have to be on the beach early in the morning because they're very small and it's a black sand beach, like volcanic origin. So they will actually dehydrate if they hatch, or excuse me, if they come out in the daytime. So they typically like after the rains when the sand is very cool, or early in the morning, like 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. That's when the sand is quite fresh. So that's when they like to come on. But it's 2 months incubation period.
Perfect. Now we have another question, and they want to know if zip lining is included in the tour, and if not, where can they go zip lining?
Okay, the zip lining is actually not offered in our official tour, but I tell you how it goes. The travelers actually have access to the zip lining in Tortuguero or in Monteverde in the Selvatura Park. So definitely in those two places is a walk-in. They can actually just go to the reception and do the zip lining, and most of our travelers are doing it. It's actually not part of our features that we include in Go Ahead, but definitely you have the opportunity to access by just going to the front desk and say, I want to do the zip lining. As any guest to the hotel, you can do it right there. And they're very good, by the way.
Perfect. Now we have a question from Maria, and Maria wants to know, what are 2 of the most popular foods that Costa Ricans love?
This is a rice country. Okay, yes, we love rice. This is a rice country, but we have a variety of dishes that we do with rice. The most, those travelers been here before, they know that casado is a very traditional meal of Costa Rica. The word casado means to be married with someone. Yes, and I think the reason why they call it like that, I'm not very sure that one, but the reason I think is because everything comes together in the dish. It's a very strange meal, a very strange name for a meal. Married, being married to somebody. It's called married, casado, but it has a combination of tortillas and salad and rice and beans, and it will have potato and will come with the choice of either fish or in some cases. And then there's a very popular soup finally that we call olla de carne, which is one of our favorite. It's like a combination of all vegetables and tubers that we find, and it comes with the beef. It's a beef stew, actually, like a soup. It's very popular in Costa Rica. Olla de carne, delicious.
Great. Thank you so much, Rafa. That's all the time we have for questions today. But let's continue. So, my friends, I have great news for you. For those of you now eager to travel safely with us to Costa Rica, I want you to know that we are running tours to Costa Rica and have upcoming tours in the summer, starting on June 12th. So if you're ready to travel again, you can call us or go to goaheadtours.com/CRP. Now, we are closely monitoring CDC guidelines, so should anything change, we will definitely be in touch. And now, finally, if you enjoyed yourself today, like Rafa, Maikol, and I certainly did, please mark your calendars for our next Travel Talk webinars. We have 3 destination spotlights coming up, and that's Egypt with an Egyptologist on April 27th, Scotland on May 11th, and U.S. National Parks on May 18th. And we also have 2 upcoming travel talks. One you won't want to miss because you'll have the chance to ask the Go Ahead Tours president all of your travel questions, and they'll also go over the new and revised safety precautions. And that's happening on May 25th. And we also have one focusing on World War history tours that we offer on June 1st. You can sign up for any or all by going to goaheadtours.com/webinars. And we're constantly updating the page with new events. So please make sure to just keep an eye out for upcoming travel talks. Now, Rafa, thank you so much for taking the time to share your stories and your insights and for answering all our questions. On tour, we have the pleasure of your company for days and days, but even in just 1 hour, I felt like I was transported to Costa Rica and learned so much. And Maikol, thank you for teaching us how to make a delicious and refreshing piña colada. To everyone who joined at home, thank you so much for being here and for participating. We truly hope you enjoyed yourselves. Rafa and Maikol, would you like to say goodbye to our friends watching?
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope everybody enjoyed. When you come to Costa Rica, let me put it this way. When you're here in Costa Rica, I am the president of Costa Rica, and you're going to be my best friend, Costa Rica.
Perfect. Maikol?
I love you guys. See you here. Pura vida. Goodbye.
Pura vida. Have
Pura
a
vida.
good evening, everybody. Until next time.
Hasta la vista.
Ciao.